All right, there we go. Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dee Dee. I think today we're going to work on the big scroll and work on, we only colored one turtle of the sketches that I did. We did like 5 turtle sketches and we only colored in one. So I think we're going to work on maybe this one today. So hopefully let's put something here to hold it. Maybe a couple, depending on how much time, how long it takes. And get her done. And see how long it takes. If you hear beeping, it's going to be Twitter on my iPad, but I need my iPad for references. So I already drew them out, so we don't have to worry about drawing. If y'all missed the draw, we drew all these. Uh, if you go back on my recordings, you'll see the face of this other turtle here. That's where we drew them all and colored that one face. So that's as far as we got that day. So I don't know how far we'll get today because there's a lot of detail on these guys. Know what I mean, Vern? Hey, Bam. So I think that we'll maybe start on this one. Even though the turtle is in the picture is brown, I think we're going to do it. This one right here. This one is a kind of a teal color. So I think we're just going to invent. We're going to invent this one and make him teal as well. Hey, it's our turtle. We can do what we want. That's the fun thing about, arting and coloring and whatnotting. We can do whatever color we want. All right, so I think I'm going to start. Let's get him shaped in a little better. If y'all have any questions, put them in caps. Am I far enough back? Maybe I need to move the camera up. Just hang on. If you get dizzy, look away. I'm going to move the camera up just a bit. That makes it shake, but there we go. Trying to get the whole turtle in there. There we go. That's pretty good. I think. Mike. Okay. Oh, you can't hear me? Can you not hear me? You saying Mike? Are you talking about some person named Mike, Dana? Or do I need to turn it up? Is that better? I turned it up a little. I don't want it to be scritchy. Can you hear me okay? Bueller, Bueller, Bueller. Okay, Mike, not Mike. Okay. So I hope the sound's okay. Let's see, get some lighting here. Oh, Mike the Hump Day Camel. Oh, and well, let me find my camel. Let's see. Hang on, rabbit trail now. Let's see if I can find my hump. Oh, let's see where's our Hump Day Camel. Let me look in my pictures here, my portfolio. I'm under the table. One moment. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay. Happy Hump Day. Here's our Hump Day Camel. Looking forward to the weekend. Looking forward to the weekend. Okay. Throw that back under there. Ugh. Okay. Okay, so back to our sea turtle here. All right, so he's he is kind of outlined in white for real. He's got a very white kind of outline here. Let's see if we can kind of define him a little better. He's got these pointy shell. This side's a little bit more rounder. You don't see the points as much. But we're gonna make him a turquoise turtle. Oh, it's all right, Dana. No biggie. Happy hump day, everybody. Okay. I think that'll kind of do it. And I'm going to use paint like we usually do. We'll paint them in, then do color pencil on top. Hey, Eileen. How you doing? Okay. All right. So, yeah, let me get some paint out. We'll do a little paint. We'll do some black, white, and teal to start with. I don't like to put out a whole lot of paint at first because it dries pretty quick under these lights. I got 1, 2, 3, 5 lights. I have others, but I don't have enough plugs. I have to get some more. I need to get a plug strip in here. Because I got 2 over there, 1 for the computer, 1 light, this one for the heat gun and a light, 2 lamps over there, overhead light. Hey, Pam. All right, let's see. They're talking about something hatching. It might be turtles. It might not be. With Eileen, I know it's anything but a flamingo. Okay, let's see what color of teal I'm going to use. I'm going to kind of scroll back here to kind of look at, here's the one that we did, just the face. Okay, and that's kind of the same colors that I want to use. I think it was this color we used. No, it wasn't that color. It must have been this color. Okay, so we're going to go with that. We got four more turtles here we can work on, and we've got a seahorse right there. All right, let me put that. And we're working on the big scroll, which is 30 inches wide. So, you know, this is probably about, 20 inches of it right here. So we're working on a big art scroll. Hey, Vicky L. Oh, the sea turtles. Okay. I didn't figure it was flamingos. Eileen, just saying, I did not figure it was flamingos. Okay, let me reach over here for my water because it's way over here now. Let's see if I can get at everything. Yes, I know. I did not mean to say the flamingo word. I love you, Eileen. Okay, let's see. Is that big enough? No, I think I might, well, might be a little small. We'll see. Well, actually, it probably will be really small, but we're going to go for it. Okay, so let's, so the fins here, they're white with kind of a orange pattern on them. So for the orange to show up, we're going to paint them in white first. I'm going to base coat a lot here and kind of make them a little more rough. So even though the turtle is not, the back of him is not turquoise, we're going to make him that way. Yep, it is. It's a flamingo and clown-free zone for the most part. We try. We try anyway. Alrighty, so we're just gonna, I got about 5 or 6 pictures over here of different turtles, and I'm just making them up. I mean, I kind of get their shapes and some, I want their basic, anatomically sort of correct, but we're just, we want to have fun here. So if you have any questions, put them in caps. We'll see how it turns out. Can't promise anything, but we have fun. If it doesn't turn out, oh well. There's 30 more feet on here. But we try. We do try to make things work. Hey, Marilyn. Yeah, it does. It does make a difference to have a base coat when you work on brown paper, you know. Otherwise, it's kind of, it dulls the colors. And this is big, so I'm rolling the scroll up and down here as we go, you know, kind of moving it up and down, try to keep it in camera, hopefully. I don't know, clear gesso, I guess it would work. I don't use any you know, I don't use, if I need something base coated, I just use acrylic paint. It's, you know, for me, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. And I really don't use clear gesso because I don't gesso anything. If I gesso something, I mean, if I want something base coated, I just use white paint. So, but feel free to try that, Carrie. We're also looking forward to your haul video from when you went to visit Paula. Let me have a sip of coffee. The reason I like craft paint, well, there's a couple reasons I like craft paint. One, Americana has a lot of good colors. Two, the pages in journals won't stick. Well, as long as you let the paint dry, of course. Whereas professional grade paint, you know, which I do acrylic paintings as well. When I do acrylic paintings on canvas boards, I paint on canvas boards when I paint on, most of the time anyway, not 100% of the time. I do other canvas too. But I do, I'll use professional, you know, artist grade acrylic paints in the tube on my paintings. But in art journals, I found, for me, unless you treat the pages, they stick. So that's why I use acrylic paint. The other thing is you know, Americana regular paint, not the satin, not the gloss, just their regular craft paint is matte. So you can color pencil on these. If you use artist grade, a lot of the artist grades have that, they're so plasticky. When they're plasticky that you can't do color pencil over them. When do you use the gray tone paper? When do I choose it? A lot of times it has to do with the skin tones. I'll pull out the two small books I have here, Angie, if you want to see, so you can see when I use one over the other. Let me finish getting this on here. It just depends on the skin tone. Oops, I got a little blobby there. Well, as to which one I use. Okay, let's let that dry for a second anyway. All right. Let's see here. Excuse this. My legs are sticking to the chair because I'm wearing shorts because it's hot. Let's see here. All right. So here's just some of my small ones. Okay. On the tan, we have Packer Dye. Is Packer Dye? I don't know. I think she went to reboot. I don't know if she's still here. Yeah, me too, Angie. It does. It works great with color pencils. So there's Packer Dye, who is getting ready to get a new hairstyle, so I hear. Rumor has it she's getting ready to have a new hairstyle in a couple weeks. All right, let me see what else is in here. I'll show you some of the tan ones, and then I'll show you some of the, here's another tan one. So it depends a lot on the skin tone. Let's see. I'll just pick a few out here. And I know I've done flips of these, so I'm just going to kind of do this really quick. I'll show you some of the tan. I'm not going to go through every single one, but I'll pick out some of my favorites. So these are on the tan paper. A lot of these I've done on stream. A lot of them just, you know, when I'm sketching. Let's see what else. Oh, I like him. You saw Dave? Yep, that's right, Dave. I drew Dave. That's right. Let me go back to him here. Dave Gaskin, one of my favorite artists online. I have his sketchbook too. He's one of my, now he doesn't have, I don't think he has spiky hair. I spiked his hair. I don't know. But he's one of my favorite. If y'all don't follow Dave Gaskin on Twitter and Facebook and everywhere, he's amazing. Amazing artist. But yeah, you're right. Good eye there, Dana. Good eye. All right, let's see what else I got in the tan one. I got some in progress. Oh, I like this one. There's that girl there. Let's see. This one. I really like her. I'm going quick here. I'm just showing, so these are some of the tan color, where I've used tan colored paper. Now let me see, show you some of the gray ones. Oh wait, oh here, I like this one too. I like her braids. I did a demo on how to do the braids, but I would love her eyes because I did the reflection of the window, like, and somebody holding a selfie, taking it like she's taking a selfie. You can see the hand and the camera in her eyes. This is one of my favorites. Hey, Stacks. All right, and then in the gray, it's just a total different look. So you can see the difference on the gray paper. There's Jay, Urion. So, thanks. So it just depends, you know. He had blue eyes. I put him on gray paper. You know, it just depends. You know, depends on what I feel like. And these are just the small ones. I've gone through the big sketchbooks quite a few times with the larger 9x12 drawings. These are all 5.5 by 8.5. They're small. I mean, see, compared to, you know, the large ones like this. I'll show you my most recent one here. Here's my most recent one. So you can see the difference in sizes here. Say, the difference in size. I loved his hat. I could not wait to draw that hat. I mean, I enjoyed drawing his face too, but the hat, the cap was so fun. And the little puppy pom-poms and all, and the expression on his face. So just so you can see the difference in size here, I don't have a rule to follow. Sorry, I really don't have a rule. I don't really have a rule on that, on which one to use. It just like which one looks like it would look better on gray versus. More likely than not, tan works for everything. The tan works for everything. So, you know, I'll pick tan. If I had to pick one only, I would pick the tan. Okay, so, all right, so let's get back to our turtle. If y'all are watching on recording and, you know, you get bored, just fast forward, people. That's what that little slider button's for. Oh my goodness. Oh no, what? Oh no, what? Oh no, what? Either one works fine. Either one works fine. If you got the gray, don't panic. Gray's good too. Hi, Stacks. Anybody else coming in? Okay, so I think that's kind of where I want the white. Now, let's see. I want some, this is all going to have color and stuff in it, but this is just the base coat. And I'm just taking my time. I don't know how much will get done. I try to get as much done as I can on each show, but you know, there's sometimes I think, why am I stressing myself out to hurry? You know, if I get done, I get done. If I don't get done, you know, oh well. I'll either make a part 2 or just post pictures of where I've posted the pictures. Because, you know, I want this to be fun for everybody, including myself. So when people are here watching, I want to enjoy the process. I'm all about the process. If I'm not enjoying the process, then I won't do it. Know what I mean, Vern? Gotta enjoy the process. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of scruff that out, just kind of blend it a little. And that's on the far side over there. Because I got plenty of work to do off camera, if that's the case. I gotta be enjoying it. Yeah, I do pet portraits. You know, of course, I don't have a lot of pet portrait. I have a few dogs, and you know, I did all the Gold Rush. I did 25 drawings for Gold Rush, and those were all on tan. But I do pet portraits on. That's probably going to mess up my lighting, but let me see here. Let me just go on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram or Twitter, I'm Inkywell, INKIWELL, and you can see pretty much, you know, everything I do over there. Let me show you a couple of, I got some on Instagram here. Let me show you a couple of pet portraits. I mean, I'm not showing you, I mean, I've got, you know, my different things like, you know, him who's on here on the scroll. But let me show you some commissions that I don't have because they, you know, they bought them and I sent them out. Well, now I do have this one. This one is Parker from Gold Rush. There's his dog. And I know the colors are not going to show up, guys. You really just need to go over there on Instagram to see them all. Here's Lisa's dog. That's our Miss Lisa's dog. Who else? I got a lot. Is that, no, that was, no, is that Lisa? Yeah, this one's Lisa's too. I think maybe both of them were. I can't remember. I think she had 2. This one's Jeannie. Jeannie, that's yours, right? Is Jeannie, I don't know if Jeannie's here. I don't see her. I think that's Jeannie's pup. I really like this cat. This one is, I believe, Lucy Jane's cat. That one's Lucy Jane's cat. You can see the colors better if you go on Instagram. This one I did for one of the artists that I follow on Twitter who lost his, this was his kitty, and he's an artist that I follow in UK, and I did that for him. Let's see. I think that's probably all the pets that I have on here. I have lots of other animals. Anyway, yeah, you can see them over there. So let's get the light back here, hopefully. So you can see them. See them over there. Okay, so again, I'm going to make up my own color for him. I'm going to do him the teal color. But I want to kind of get the shapes of these. They're not, what are they, 6-sided one? I don't know. Some of them are 6-sided, some of them are, you know, the little hex, 1, 2, 3. I guess they're hexagons on his back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, 6. Some of them, a little, it's weird. Some of them are 6 and some of them are 5. I don't know why they have some 6 and some 5, but I'm going to just kind of block them in a little bit here. Whoops, I picked up white. Yeah, Carrie, I did her. Now I did Carrie's on canvas. You know, most and anymore, I just pretty much do them on paper. For one, it's easier to ship. Paper is much easier to ship than canvases, so I pretty much have moved over to just paper because it's easier to ship than it is canvases. And I've had canvases lost, and so that's another reason I'm only doing commissions in US now. I mean, I still send out, you know, Happy Mail and stuff to Canada and UK and stuff, but I'm only doing commissions for US now. I've lost enough paintings that because you can't track. You can't pay, you know, tracking to, like, for instance, UK, to track a package is like $50. That's not including shipping or the price of a commission or anything. It's just too expensive, so I'm only doing commissions in US now. It's just I can't lose any more because I do not like to redo portraits over, you know, when after something's got lost. Hey Janie, I just showed your puppy on the stream here, who is also on Instagram. All right, so this is just kind of blocking in kind of where they're going. There's also some down here. So just kind of, they're more in the black area of the coloring. So hi, anybody I might have missed coming in? Army Mom, Jeannie, Lilith. Hey, Lilith. Anybody else? I'll try to look at the chat now. I'm going to make my own color here again. Let me clean my brush a little. I think what I'm going to do, I'll keep it kind of dull as far as the teal color, because in that way I'll just go on top of it with some lighter and darkers. So I won't underpaint this white. But anyway, so I hope y'all have fun just hanging out. Hope some of y'all are, I hope all of y'all are kind of doing something, playing along, arting along. I always recommend, and I do it myself, anytime I'm watching video art or, you know, anything that inspires me, I always keep paper and pencil handy to take notes, things that come to me. It may not have anything to do with what the person is doing, but things will come to me as I'm watching videos. I always like to write down my ideas, at least on a Post-it note. They may not make it right into my art idea notebook, but it will. Now there's going to be much more definition to these shapes, but I just want to get some color in there right now. Oh, too much black. Hi, Sharipa. Let that dry and put another coat on it. I mean, like I said, he's not a teal turtle, but we're making him a teal turtle. We're making him a teal turtle. He could have a whole story behind him. Oh, good, Sharipa. Yeah, it's no fun to lose a painting, that's for sure. All right, so I think we'll leave that. Dry it a little. See, over on this side, he's gonna kind of be shaded up coming this way, because that side kind of rolls over that way. But we'll do that with color pencil. Okay, let's see. All right, now I have to decide if I want to do, I think I'll draw some of these scales in before I go further. Okay, let me just set that aside for a minute. Let me hit this with the heat gun, because one of the tips I always tell you is don't try to color over with color pencil on wet or damp acrylic paint. It won't work. Hey, Whippy Carol! Got a little blobby there. And if you're drawing something that's not on a scroll, obviously I can't just flip this back and forth. But if you're drawing something on a paper, like the sketchbook or something, draw it on both sides, and you'll have less wrinkles. All right, so let's see what we can do here. Let's go ahead and get, I think I'll sketch it out. Let me sharpen this burnt sienna, but I'm going to get an orange color too. Let's see, which orange do I want? Let's see. That looks, I don't want anything with really pink. That might be orange enough. Okay. So what we're going to do is just work on one little, I'm going to just start kind of, let me see, maybe I'll just, let me lower the, all right, hang on, I'm going to move the camera. Hang on. I'm going to move it down just a little. So I don't know how much better that's going to be, but I want y'all to be able to see a little. Probably won't be able to see a lot of this. This is kind of small. Everybody goes, oh, it's okay, we can see, but you really can't. You really can't see it very well. Y'all want me to move it down some more? Whippy Carol. I don't know if y'all want me to move it down some more. Okay, so let's see. I want this one to kind of come around this way, this way. Then they get really little up in there. It'll probably be best to kind of, I think I will just go ahead and start it with some orange. It might be easier for y'all to see. You have to let me know. Got a little bit of that orange and a little bit of. So these colors I'm using, this one is pumpkin and this one is canyon orange. People ask me, and I don't even think about telling the colors, like because I guess this is the thing. I can tell you the colors, but unless you're doing a turtle in the same colors as I am, it doesn't really matter. So what do y'all think? Can you see okay? All right, let's get a smaller brush. Get a small brush here. Start kind of blocking in. I think it might just be quicker to kind of block them in rather than draw them in where you can't see them. Okay, well, no one's commenting on they can't see, so I'm just going to keep going. So, and I'll just get the general idea here. I'm not trying to copy every little scale, if that's what they are, scales. Okay, it's pretty clear. Okay. Well, let me see here. I'll try to zoom in one. And refocus. Let me autofocus it here. Where's my card? Oops. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. I just want to get the general idea here. All right, let's see. And there's zillions of these scales, and I'm not going to put in every tiny one. I'm going to get essence of turtle scales. But they kind of come around in a sort of a pattern. Get, quite a few of them in there. Essence of scales, yes, Dana. All right, let's go over here on this head. He's got one kind of big pattern one on top of his head there. And then his eyes, let's see, where's that? It's kind of got a little nostril down here, and his eye. It's kind of up underneath of him in this case. Like cheetah prints, yeah. Yeah, exactly. All right, let me kind of, let's see, that's a little, I don't want to roll up too much into the scroll, because then when I roll it back out, it smears the paint. Let me go ahead and dry that before I roll it up into the, to move it down for me. So what else is going on? Anything? What's everybody doing? Talking about vacations, I think. Let's see, I kind of want this one kind of looking like it's coming over this way. And they kind of come along this way too. A little shade and shadow and all that. We'll see how far we get in a couple hours. You could probably Google that, Joe. I try to kind of keep that stuff off of my channel, if you know what I mean, Vern. It gets too argumentative, I have found, after being online. You know, I've been in chat rooms for over 20 years, and those kind of things don't end well when they're brought up in a chat room. So I just don't have it in my chat. So, you know. Okay, so I have to say, in over 20 years of doing chat, I've never seen not one of those conversations end well. Not one in 20 years. Isn't that amazing? You'd think we could, but you can't. So, all right. So just a little bit of essence of scales on that foot. And this one's kind of like a little bit kind of back over that away. This one's more towards us. So you get more detail over here on this side. There we go. And it's got all kinds of little dots and all kinds of other little detail in it. I'm just getting the major scale shapes blocked in here. It's definitely not all of them, but it's, you know, the big ones. Getting the big ones. Yeah, and you might ask on Twitter, Joe. Ask on Twitter. They'll probably be able to, one of the girls will answer that. Okay. So, let's see now. I think, let me go ahead and dry this. Yeah. There we go. All righty. Let me sharpen my white pencil again. So I think we'll go ahead and sort of define some of these a little better first. Just to kind of get the shapes. And they're really kind of outlined more with the, you know, darker colors. But I'm going to start with this just to get them kind of where we're going with it. I don't see too many of them down there, but they're going to be in the dark. Yeah, Angie. All right. Good one. Let's see. And then it's really got some kind of like a white spine. It's got kind of a spine thing going on there. There we go. And, all right, I think that's good for now. All right, let's see. I think I want a little bit of a, I think I want to work on that. Let's get his little head done over here. All right. So every scale pretty much has got a little bit of a, you know, like a shadow to it, like to make, you know, it's either standing up or it's sinking in, or, and it's not, in other words, it's not just like perfectly flat against his body. There's a shape to each one. So let's just try to get his head done here, so it kind of gives us a map of where to go. Okay, kind of like that. See how it kind of makes them pop out already? Okay, so what I want to do here is get the basic shapes of some of them. And again, I'm doing essence of scales. It's got his little nose up there. Let me get his little, and there's some just little spotty ones, little bits of color here. Kind of like that. And then there's a lot of, for shadow, it's gray. So where, you know, it's got like, he's got like a white, he's got kind of like a, you know, a white undercoating, but he's also very gray. So we're going to get in here with some gray. And it's really textury. He's very textury. And don't be afraid to like go over like where you've colored to give it, you know, more depth. Is it a boy or girl? I don't know. Well, you gonna name it, Whippy? You gonna name it? And then you can go back in and you can blend more with the white. But I want to kind of define some of the shapes here where it's going. Essence of turtle scales. Okay, I only know Yertle the turtle. Could be Myrtle. Myrtle. Myrtle the turtle. Okay, so I want to kind of define where this is kind of going this way here, like that. I don't know if you can kind of see that. I try to draw a big thing so that it shows up on camera. Oh. Okay. And then it's going to be gray in here. It's going to be a lot of gray. All right, let's go back over on this one. Right now, I picked up the gray, so I'm going to go ahead and put some shadows in. And then I will get back to defining the little orange. Okay. This one's all kind of in shadow back in here. And let's see what we got over here. A little bit of okay. Oh, okay. Eileen's finding some info for us. In adult sea turtles, males have a prominent tail that extends well beyond his, I guess, shell. It is more difficult to distinguish males from females in younger turtles. Some common methods that have been used, laparoscopic. Let's go get those sea turtles and do laparoscopy on them. Eileen. Well, this one has no tail. Or if it has a tail, it's like tucked under him or something. So this must be a female. Must be a female. Oh. Okay, so let's go back to defining some more color in their little each individual scale. Again, it's going to be kind of hard to see some of this, but if I zoom in too much, then all you see is just one tiny little area, and I'm moving all over, and then you won't see the big picture. Got to see the big picture. Mitts, will there be a test, Eileen? Knowing Eileen, probably. There will be a test. Good one, Eileen. Good, Mitts. So it could be Myrtle the turtle. We'll put some washes over it and whatnot. We'll see. This is just, you know, I'm not trying to do a turtle portrait. We're just getting the essence of sea turtle, because otherwise it wouldn't be teal. It wouldn't be teal. It's not a teal turtle. I'm just making it that way. Alrighty, like that. Just get some kind of scaly look to it. Can you see? And just throw in a few random little dots to kind of give it more dimension there. Make it look a little bit more, you know, I don't want it like lined up like little soldiers, you know, all, you got to have it a little bit random to make it look real as a teal turtle could go. Okay, let's go over here to this one. Okay, something like that, maybe a little bit blended with some orange, and it'll be more distinct as we go. It'll be more, you know, this one, you know, it's got a little bit more randomness. Going back and forth to all the different areas, just kind of covering all the different areas. Thanks, Eileen. I mean, I enjoyed it, and I've just kind of like had to decide not to rush, you know. I mean, sometimes I do get in a rush, I gotta say, because I want to finish something, but I also gonna have to realize what it's I'm gonna have to do two-parters, or just show pictures after I'm done on, you know, Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or something, because, you know, like I said, I'm going to enjoy the process, because if it's not fun for me, it's not going to be fun for you guys. And we try to keep it, you know, we try to have fun, do our best. So y'all are pebbles. I like that, dude. Okay. A little bit more. I want to get more detail on each one as I come in. I'm just I'm still trying to kind of block in. Like I said, probably do maybe a gray wash, or I don't know yet. Yeah, I think sea turtles are they just look cool. And like I said, this one isn't technically, they're not, at least not on their backs. Like this one here, you know, the face that we did earlier, he had teal in his head. But, you know, I have a whole bunch of different ones. So there's probably all kinds of different ones, depending on which ocean they live in. They probably have different colorations depending on their oceans. You know what I mean, Vern? Yeah. The problem is that, you know, the time. You only have about 2 hours and 45 minutes before you have to start a part 2, which is, you know, you can, no problem to start a part 2, but other people stream as well. So, you know, like today at 1, Noodle streams. You know, things like that. You just gotta, you know, just don't sometimes have the time to do full drawings in 2 hours and 45 minutes. But we try. We try. Just got a little bit more shadow coming in here. Just adding some different shades. This one is just terracotta or burnt sienna. I got both. They're pretty much the same. An orange, a blue-gray. I don't know which one. I've sharpened off the number. Dark brown. That's what I'm using right now. and white. Black and white. Yeah, there's really not a lot to folding those file folders. And they don't have to be perfect, because you're going to be stuffing them with stuff. So they're not going to be perfect anyway as soon as you start putting things in them. Somebody's asking about the file folder project, which will start, I'm not sure the exact date yet, because Labor Day, you know, is late this year. It'll be sometime next week. Sometime when Packer Dye's back. She'll be away for, I'm not sure the exact dates, but we'll get there. And really, guys, it's not complicated. The file folder project is not complicated. There's nothing complicated about it. Probably the hardest thing you're going to have a problem with is maybe folding it. And even that really is not complicated. Because, you know, as long as they're all the same size, that doesn't matter either. As long as they're all the same size, so that if we decide to put them in a book or a box, haven't decided which yet, maybe I'll show both. That's going to be the most complicated part. There's nothing complicated about collecting the stuff. That's why it's called file folder fodder. Okay, can you kind of see how this gives it a shape, you know, like it's indented, kind of like? Okay. Yes, Sandy, everybody can do the file folder. Jeannie, you're so bad, Jeannie. You are a bad girl. You're going to go in the corner. Yeah. Yep, anybody can do it. I'll post the videos on YouTube as we do them, you know, upload them to YouTube. They'll be here on Ustream too, at least for, you know, a couple months until we run out of, you know, space on YouTube. I mean Ustream. Okay, so that's kind of got the scales a little bit in there. Needs a little bit of wrinklage, maybe. The neck. Thanks, Eileen. Oh, that's Noodle. Yeah. Yeah, there's Noodles. She comes on at 1. Yeah, the file folder, I showed how to fold it on, again, on the, I believe it's the last stream. Not the journal one, I think it was on the Happy Mail one, maybe. Maybe it was on the journal one. It says in the description, you'll see file folder fodder update. You'll see it there. That's where I have the, I show how to fold it again. It's not hard. Hey, Suzanne. Sip of coffee here. Hey, Deb. Who else is popping in? Sandy Chick. Hey, Wee Hootie. Marilyn. Who else might have missed saying hi? Let's try to say hi before I hit record so I don't just run down a list of everybody that's here. But thanks, everybody, for being here. Okay. All right. Let's see. Do I want a little bit of a wash in areas? I may not need it. I may just be able to kind of take my white pencil and kind of blend in some of those grays. Now remember, as you layer up, especially when you start putting white on top of something to blend it in, which, you know, I love to do that, but at the same time, that coats that area with pencil. So you want to do it lightly, because if you want to layer pencil, once you put like a whole blend of white on that area, do it lightly because you're getting a wax buildup, and to put another color on top of that white is going to be harder than putting it on top of paint. Now you can always go back and paint in again if you need to. Okay. But once you put a layer of white or any color on the surface, like I'm doing here, you know, like, see how I'm doing this like this? I'm blending in that gray and that with the white into the white. Well, now there's a coat of pencil on that. And remember I showed y'all, let me see, let me do it again. Let me see a color here. Here's some orange. Okay, so I'm going to just put some orange. Let's go down here. Put some orange paint here. Okay, now I have to let it dry, of course. And then we're going to put some orange pencil. Okay. Well, I should put the darker orange since that's a darker. Okay. Even if we had, all right, let me go in and put the coat first here. All right, so I'm going to put white. And then we'll have, you'll even see how much more intense the color is, even though I didn't let it dry, but you can still see. All right, so now This is paint, and that's just pencil. All right, let me dry it real quick just so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so let me sharpen my white pencil. So when you go over a painted area with white, see how that still stays vibrant? This is just pencil here. This is just pencil, no paint. Now when I go over it with white here, see how it doesn't completely cover like it does here over the paint? It doesn't completely cover. All right, so if I blended in a whole bunch of white on top of this orange, and then wanted to put another color on top, it's not going to be, that's still wet, as vibrant. Can you see the difference right there? I know there's a lag in chat. I don't know if y'all can tell the difference there. Don't know. Let me put in my still here. I know there's a lag, so just kind of, bye, Di. Thanks, Dana. Okay, so you can tell. So it does make a difference on the paint and the pencil. All right. I don't know, maybe this isn't the best thing to do today. I don't know if that anybody's really interested in the sea turtle, but we'll carry on. Okay, let's see. So another option, instead of just like I had the gray there, and I went over it with the white to blend, is you can put a wash. Either a thin coat of acrylic or your watercolor. Now, if you go on with Neo colors, no, it doesn't work the same. It'll work to a certain, it depends on your paper, Orla. It's going to depend on your paper. And if you have a base coat underneath, like all right, let me show you, like with the Neo colors, you can still do it. But as a base coat, it's not going to give you a surface. It's not going to give you that textury surface. Watercolor won't. Now, if it's on white paper and watercolor, which is translucent, let me do a little demo here thing. I've shown it before, you know, but I know everybody can't get to every stream, but I have shown this before. Let's do it. Let me get an orange. All right, so I'm going to get out my Neo colors here, these are water soluble. Okay, it's just like a watercolor. Now you can do it with a kid's watercolor. All right, but what I'm saying is a watercolor wash. For one, watercolor on tone tan paper is not going to show up like acrylic, because acrylic is, you know, opaque. Watercolor's translucent, so if you try to put watercolor directly onto your tan paper, it's not going to show up. Even oranges, yellows, and some reds are so and lime green are so translucent, they need the white undercut, you know, something underneath of it for it to stand out. It just so happens that this turtle actually has a white undertone. Okay, but you need something for it to show up on. Oh, thanks, Dana. I'm glad you like the turtles. But for watercolor, I mean, you can take a watercolor like a Neocolor here, and let me go ahead and get this, you know, water it down like watercolor. And again, okay, we have to let this dry. Don't try to pencil over. Don't try to pencil over wet paper. Just, you know, you can try it. See what happens. When you get a hole in your paper, don't email me. Okay. So if it's on white paper like this with the watercolor, it can even be a marker. Okay. We've done all these little kind of tests before. You get a marker. I'll get the Fruit Loop marker. It's just one of those Crayola bullet tip, super tip. This one's old. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get another one. Hang on, this one's old. All right, let me get a different one. I grabbed the old pack. Those are probably about 5 years old. Okay, so here's an orange in marker. Gotta take a sniff. Smells just like Fruit Loops. Exactly like Fruit Loops. Still here, Orla? Okay, thanks. Thanks, Angie. Okay, so here we have Neocolor. Here we have a color pencil. I mean a marker. And we can even get out some. We'll get one of the kids' watercolor thing here. Let's get a. I'm just going to wet it down, let it sit for just a second to get it activated again. So you can go over any of these with color pencil, but you can't put these on brown paper. Okay, it's a little kind of peachy color here. All right, let me just let that dry a second. I'll hit with the heat gun. All right, sorry guys, I'm moving around and bumping into the tripod. Let's see, what else can we try it out with to show you. I'm trying to think of what else I got right handy. What else I got right handy? Well, pretty much, you know, they're all about pretty much the same as any of these wet mediums. Okay, so let me dry this. You knew I was going to sniff that? Yeah. Okay. So what I want to show you is, now let's get let me sharpen this burnt sienna. All right. So what I want to show you is, you can do this, you know, you can just do it on white paper, of course. It'll go over any of these just fine. Now that's still damp, so it's digging in. Look, see what happens? It's digging into the paper there because this is still damp. Okay, but it'll go over any of these. The differences of what I'm doing here on tan paper, or if you use the gray paper, if you use any color paper, these colors are not going to be those colors. All right, so for instance, here, let's go over here. Look at the difference in the color here. See? Right there, same marker. Okay. Same thing with the Neocolor wash. Let me get a. Okay, so there's Neocolor on there. See? Total different colors. So that's the difference of acrylic paint when you're using something like a tan tone, gray, craft, any color. You don't get the pure colors unless you put white underneath. Okay? Okay, Dana. So that just, you know, do test with all your materials. You know, test it out with just, you know, watercolors, neocolors, whatever kids call markers. It all works on white paper as a base. But it won't work on craft paper without changing the color. So yes, on this you do need acrylic paint, because acrylic paint, even the translucent ones will change, like yellow, orange, lime green, red. I'm trying to think of some others that are really, really translucent. Some colors don't change that much. And, you know, so you just got to kind of play with it. All right, so what I was going to do here now is take a gray. Let's see, what gray do I want here? And just, let me get a water brush. It's easier. Oh, my water brush is in the other room. And I was going to show you that you can take, because this has got a white, you know, it's got something already on it. I can take my water brush and my Neos and put a wash. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. A wash of this gray on here. However, remember, this is not, it's watercolor. It will move if you try to put something else on top of it. Water-wise, I mean. It's you know, it's not permanent like your acrylic is. Okay, yeah, so hopefully that helped. I mean, you can get some cool effects with a wash, but it's not permanent. It's, you know, so you just have to be aware of what you're putting on, different layers. But I just wanted to show you how you can, you know, and I can go over this with pencil. So I just get kind of a wash on there. Hope that's helpful. You're welcome. You're welcome. Glad I could help. I try to answer questions. All right, now I gotta let that dry. I mean, I gotta dry that before I, you know, want to put any pencil over this. Yeah, Whip Carol is saying that she uses Daniel Smith watercolor ground. Okay, that may be more opaque, may work on every kind of color background. I don't, you know, give it a try. But again, watercolor is not permanent. Oh, she uses the watercolor. Okay, you're using the base coat of gray. I see what you're talking about. You use the watercolor, like gesso kind of stuff. It's called ground. The base coat with that stuff. Okay, gotcha. Sorry guys, there's a lag. I don't gesso anything. I don't matte medium the base. I don't put any underpaintings unless it's just white acrylic paint. I haven't found the need to. And if I want a certain texture, I pick it by the paper. So yeah, but try it all. I mean, whatever you can afford, try different things. Okay, any questions on the Tweedle? Yeah, Dana's probably tried more of those. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and start on his back. He's going to have some striations in them, but I think what I'll do for those is after I get them all base coated in, I'll go on top of it with white paint to get those kind of striations in his shell. So in the meantime, let's see what color. Is that going to be dark enough? Maybe, maybe not. I think I'll put a little bit of, I think I'll start doing a little blend first. And again, I'm just, you know, making up the color on him the way I want it to be. Not like a real sea turtle color. Hey, Fee! How you doing? Good to see you. What time is it over there on the Isle of Man? I think I want this to be more going this way with less shadow. Let me go ahead and get out a little bit more blue and fix that the way I picture it in my head. All right. I want to have a more of a over the side look there. So you can see I can paint over any of it with acrylic. I couldn't do this with watercolor. Paint over the pencil and the other stuff I have underneath here. I mean, I can paint over it, but it won't cover it up. I don't know if any of that's helpful, but that's what we're doing here. I'm going to blend this. Just kind of essence of turtle. Sea turtle. Myrtle the turtle, or whatever we're going to call it. Just get a little bit more depth. I don't put in hardly any water either. That's the other thing. You know, I might wet down the paint a little if it starts to dry under the lights, but my acrylic paint, I keep it very dry. So you hear me scruffing it in. It's because it's very dry. I'm going to let that sit for a minute, and I'm going to go back over here on some of the let me sharpen my pencil. Scales, if you will. I don't know if they're really scales. They're more just like a pattern in there. Because I don't know that they don't really look scaly. I mean, maybe they are. But now, see, it's got the wash of gray on it, but I'm still able to go over the neo colors. Hey, Dar, how you been? You just come and go. People come and go so quickly around here. Good to see you. All right, so let's kind of get the idea here of the look we're going for. A little bit maybe more definitive points and curves. right, let me roll it up, go down here. Alrighty, something like that. A lot of texture. Maybe put a little bit of some color over some of those areas too, like maybe like a lighter ochre color. Oops, broke. All right, sharpen again. There we go. That. Okay, let's go back up to this one. Just going from Thanks, Dar. It's so good to see you. Hope you've been well. I did see you post a picture, I think on Facebook, of one of your family things, family events. It's always good to see you around. I know you're so busy these days to hang out with us. But it's good to see you. And see, I can just go right over that white with a little bit of other color. Bye, Sharipa. Thanks for stopping in. All right, let's see. Let's sharpen again. All right. Need a little bit more definition where his eye goes. Oh, congratulations, Dar. All right, let me go in here. Same thing with some of the more defining. Well, you could. My mom actually did the swimming with the stingray thing. I think that was in Mexico or somewhere. Forget. No, it wasn't Mexico. Was it Mexico? No, it's with the Mayan. I don't remember. Anyway, somewhere. Mom did that. I don't know about swimming with sea turtles, though. How safe that is. And we still have to do a shell. I'm just kind of just taking it in stages here. Mom laughed at me. She messaged me yesterday and laughed at me drawing a glue stick the other day. She goes, "Y'all just look like you have so much fun." I said, "Well, we try." Yeah. I don't think I would want to do that, you know. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how to scuba dive. I've just snorkeled, not scuba dive. Although Hubster would love to go get certified. There's places around here you can go get certified for it. All right, let's see. All right, let me get some more color on the shell here. And then I want to do the striations and the blending and all that. That's what's going to make it like really look like it's got dimension, is when I start putting the striations in it. But right now, instead of doing a true turtle color, I'm doing teal. Just because I want to. Heard of glue sticks? Yeah, you like that, Jeannie? Yeah, that was fun. But anyway, thanks everybody for being here, just hanging out. Let me sharpen my pencil. Just going to kind of make some different the shapes here. Eileen says, Eileen in Florida, I scuba dive watching TV. I do like to, when those kind of shows are on where they're very close up and show the fish and, you know, kind of like Sunrise Earth. Y'all remember my Sunrise Earth sketchbook? That's fun to draw. You know, Nat Geo, you know, you can catch a lot of things to draw there on that channel. But what Sunrise Earth was, Rabbit Trail, is a show, and I know that we all talked about it before, and we've shown, it's on YouTube. So you can go on YouTube and just look up Sunrise Earth, and I haven't done it because, you know, I just hadn't had a chance to go look at them. And what they do, sorry, I'm kind of in the zone here. What they do is they show like a faraway sunrise. They show a faraway sunrise. Then they zoom in for about 2 or 3, maybe a minute on each thing. Then they zoom in for about a minute on something closer, like maybe the mountains. Then they zoom in closer on one mountain. Then they zoom in closer on a hill and maybe an animal. Then they zoom in, I mean, and so they're constantly zooming in closer and closer and closer to different different things in the scenery. And so the show on TV, when it was on back, and I do remember that was 2009. Back in 2009, every morning I would draw with the show. Every day. Here, let me see if I can grab that sketchbook. So every day, I think this is a 9 by 12. Let's see, 11 by 13. I would draw every day the scene. So let's see, where's one that starts. So for instance, and I just did it in pencil, and it's probably going to flash out some because camera doesn't like whites. But let's see if I can get something to. It's not going to help. Where's my? I don't know where my card is. There with the. Oh well, I don't know where it went. Okay, well we'll just have to deal with it. So, like this was February 2009. This was sunrise in Hawaii. So it would start with this. You'd see this. Okay? You would see this. Then it would then you would see this. Sunrise Earth, Lynn. Sunrise Earth. And I would just draw just with a pencil, just with a, what do you call it, a woodless graphite pencil, because then you can get thin and thick strokes with that. Let's see if I can. And different companies make these. The General, Pentalic, Progresso, all different ones. Okay. And what I like about these is you can get thin lines and you can get really thick lines. So like I can get real quick shading, because this whole thing, I would spend, like I said, the show was, I don't even remember how long they were. They were either 15 minutes or 30 minutes, but they would focus in on different areas. So instead of using any color, I would do notes. Okay, like right here, this particular bird, I wrote that it had chicken type of feet, lots of feather layers. It's called a chukar partridge, red outlined eye and beak. So I would do all my color notes just writing them out. Okay. This is like a real rabbit trail here, but anyway, it's kind of good to go over how you can do sketches even from TV. These are all off of TV. All right, for instance, these rocks right here, dark jagged rocks, lava flows and cones right there. Okay, so that's what I have for that. There's the lava hole, the little where the lava comes out. Here's some like notes on this grass over here. So anyway, this was just, one of the, this one was Hawaii. Okay, this one was this was in French Polynesia. All right, so here it starts. Like I said, you're way out here. You're way out here and it shows you the sunrise. Then it zooms in and you might see a little bit of the island and a palm tree. And you can watch these on YouTube. Okay, just put them on YouTube, expand them as big as your device will allow, and let it, and there's no, you hear the sounds of the waves, you hear the birds chirping, animals, whatever. So you hear the actual sounds, but there's no narration. They'll put at the bottom, they'll put some text, like they'll put where it is, maybe, you know, a certain kind of animal or something like that. But there's no narrate, nobody's talking. It's very quiet and peaceful. And like I said, I did all these in 2009. So, and you might not have, like for instance, if the crab is moving and scurrying across the beach while they're filming, well, you may only have 5 or 10 seconds. They are, aren't they, Eileen? You might only have 5 or 10 seconds to draw a crab, so you may only get to draw just the legs, a quick little shell. You know, you'll. That's what a sketchbook is. You sketch down your ideas. You may or may not get a lot of detail depending on how much time you have. Okay, so these are, then this over here was an egret. I wrote that it's purple, yellow legs, yellow eyes, and an orange beak. Because, you don't have time to color even if you wanted to on something like this, unless you're actually drawing with color pencils or something. Then you could. But even so, if you want to get any kind of detail, you got to be quick, but it helps you practice picking out the important things. Okay. Hey, Julie. This one was New Zealand frost. This one was almost all ice. It was like a whole field of mountains and ice. But this is how bright, I wanted to express how bright the sun was coming over the mountain. So this is what it shows when you start. Then it starts zooming, and you see all different parts of things. Okay, this was a lake. I wrote lake. All right, the next one. This one was the Venetian canals. Okay, so in this case, you were actually sitting in a gondola, like it was like third-person view. Well, first-person view. Like it was like through your eyes. So it was first-person view, and you were going through the canals. And so you would go under all these different bridges. Every one of these was like a snapshot of going under another bridge. So I drew all the different kinds of bridges that we being, you in the gondola, these are all the different kind of bridges and things. And then some of the architecture along the sides. This one was a 2-pager, I think. Yeah. All kinds of different architecture, the little bird sitting there, all the different boats that you saw. So you can see quick little sketches and little notes about while we were moving. I mean, it didn't stop and let you draw. You had to draw while everything is moving, whether it be animals. I just move the camera. Whether it be animals or whatever you were drawing. I think I need to refocus. Somehow I lost the camera focus. I don't know where my card went. Hang on, guys. My focus card. I need some color here to focus on something. Where did I put it? Right here. Let me refocus my camera, guys. Just a minute. Because camera does not like white. That might be a little better. All right, we're gonna keep on trucking here. Okay, so then the next thing was a Japanese garden. Again, it would start you off with the sunrise. Then there was a little bridge with some people on the bridge. Then it would focus in on the rocks. Then it would focus in on the koi fish. So these are just different things that it would focus in on. This was some more of the Japanese gardens. Had a little pagoda and some, I don't know that there were any kind of temples out there, but. So here's some quick great blue herons. And they were moving. So you had to draw them quick. Then this one was the high desert arches in Arches National Park in Moab, Utah. And again, they would show way far away. This is how it would start out, right here. You would see the sunrise real far away. Then you would see this. They'd zoom closer. Then they'd get closer. Okay. And so I made lots of notes on the, there's just a little landscape, and then I would make notes on different little plants or anything else. Like these rocks right here, the flat rock area was Indian red with light Payne's gray algae splotches. So I wanted to make enough notes where I can still visualize what it was. You know, still visualize what it was. And when you say, you know, Indian red color, okay, an Indian red color with light Payne's gray algae. So then I would see like, you know, like that. So I could visualize it. Okay, then let's see what else we got in here. This was in Norway, and again, this was just the sunrise. Oh, the whole area was just a big snow-capped area. And so all I got really were these northern fulmars. Didn't get a lot of, you know, too much detail. There was a boat out in the ice, like in the water, in the ice. Okay, let's see. This one was Vancouver Island, British Columbia, the Stevenson Islands. And then these, of course, are the little seal heads popping up out of the water. And down here are some different kinds of ducks. Like here is, this one was called an oyster catcher. He had black head with the long, bright orange bill. Bright orange piping around a yellow eye. Then there was a little ship out there. Some different eagles. Eagles in the treetops. Oh, hang on, guys. I gotta find my chat back here. Sorry for the, well, I'm not really sorry for the rabbit trail. I mean, I'm just kind of giving y'all some more ideas about sketching. All right, this one, I think I have something in here from Florida too. This one was Moose in the Morning, Kidney Pond, Baxter State Park in Maine. And I wrote that this sunrise was orange, yellow, and lavender. Okay, and then here are the moose sticking, you know, they're swimming in the lake. Some quick sketches. Moose and baby in the water. Here's some more moose over here, which we saw tons of moose when we lived in Alaska. So you can just see quick little. This one was Yellowstone, the geysers. And so you didn't really see a lot of detail there in this case. They just kind of focused on this show on just the geysers. So I just did some kind of smoky geysers there. This one was bison before breakfast in Yellowstone. So they showed all different kinds of the buffalo, bison. And so quick sketches again. Made notes. This one was in Maine. This was, I don't know what park, but there was a bunch of geese, fish swimming. They did a school of fish from a bridge. So I just tried to capture the idea of school of fish. What else? Tropical palms. This was Crystal River Preserve State Park in Florida. And captured the sunrise far away, but not a lot of detail that day. I don't know why. These were some horse. This was part 2 from this page, which was Woodstock, Vermont, the Billings Farm. So this was on a farm. So we drew all kinds of little bits and parts of horses. Yeah, lots of practice. Lots of practice for Sherlyn. Here's a bunch of cows and cow parts. There's an eye. The way they're trying. Hang on, I froze up for a second, guys, with incoming mail. One moment. There's his nose. There's the tail, the back end, the udders. So you just grab whatever you can draw real quickly while you're watching TV. And it doesn't have to be, you know, this show. It could be anything. But granted, most TV shows are quick pace. I mean, they're flash, flash, flash. You don't even have seconds. So, you know, stuff like Nat Geo, those kind of shows where they're talking and explaining different, you know, nature things, those are really good for, you know, drawing from. This one was at the Golden Gate Bridge, and they had all these people out on, it wasn't on the bridge, okay? They were not doing this on the bridge. They were up on a ledge overlooking the bridge doing Tai Chi. So they were constantly moving, although they were kind of moving slow. I just wanted to capture their movement. So while they're doing Tai Chi, I just wanted to get their poses. And then the Golden Gate Bridge was way out in the background. Let's see, this was, I don't know what this one was from. I didn't say. But this was some more herons. Description of some herons. This one was in Alaska, bears. Bears coming out of hibernation. And just kind of, that one was laying down. There, I don't know if you can see, here's his eyes. There's his eyes, and here's his bridge of his nose. Just different quick, you know, gesture drawings. Yeah, I do that at the beach, Marilyn. When I'm at the beach, I draw everything that walks in front of me. And I'll just sit there and just draw, you know, quick sketches of people walking by. This was Cook Inlet, Alaska. Again, seals. Just, you know, the islands. This is how it started out, real far away. You know, and you could see all these islands. And then it would zoom in a little closer, and different views. This one was, and I didn't finish this one either. This was in Cambodia, those temples. It started way far away, and you could see all the temples in the distance. I think that's all I got as far as these things. That's all I got of the Sunrise Earth in this book. So anyway, just to show you, you know, some more sketchy ways to sketch. So anyway, all right, let's get back to the turtle before we run out of time. Okay, so what I want to do is, let me get back to a little bit of the blue. And I just want to add some, you know, some of the blue color here, because what I'm basically going to do is go over all this with striations in white paint. I just want to get some different variations of undercolor here. All right, so I think I want a little bit more. So I really want these outlines in white, but I want them thinner. So let me go ahead with let me sharpen my blue again. I want to start sharpening these up. So hope everybody has a good afternoon. I don't know, I haven't heard one way or another. Joycey's streaming at 1, so we'll check it out. Get some stuff done today before then. So hopefully I can stop in. Just want to kind of get these more sharper. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make it to Dragon Con. I think I need to go up, Denise and them, we might have to go to their house this weekend, so may not make it. And Vicky's not here to go with me, so hey, you know, Vicky's not here to go with me to Dragon Con. Maybe I can get her up here next year. Don't think I could get Vicky up here? Thanks, Eileen. Appreciate it. You think we could get Vicky up here next year? I don't know. Let me check my chat here. Thanks, Whippy. I'm doing my own kind of turtle colors and stuff here. I'm not using their colors in the picture because I kind of wanted it. Let me scroll up here. I'll show you. And I really wanted to do my seahorse, but I got off on that. Let me show you here's some of the other sketches we've done. See how he's teal? So I just wanted him to be teal too. All right. But I'm getting ready to add some white striations on him here. All right, so let's see. All right, let me get back in here with some blue. So I really want to tighten these little shapes up. All right, now let's see here. All right, let me get a little bit of the highlight on each one of the top ones here. Under there. You like the turtle head? Thanks. Give them some shape, some form rather. Sharpen my pencil. Carrie sent me a pen. Okay, I'm looking. Where's Carrie? Which one did you? Let's see which one you are, Carrie. I don't see any messages, Carrie. Private chat there, nothing there. Private chat there, I don't see any. Okay, I don't have any messages. Carrie, sorry. I don't see any private messages, Carrie. I don't know what happened. It didn't. If you sent me one, it didn't come through. All right, let's see here. Oh. Oh, okay. It was in caps. Sorry. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. All right. So I think. Let's see. All right. I want to. Let's make sure I got these shapes here. And then I want to get in there with the white paint before we run out of time. I think we have time to get in there. Let's see, little fins, a little bit more finny stuff. All right, let's, I want to put the details on here before we run out of time. Even though I keep seeing things, I want to keep shading and finishing and fixing and all that. Anyway, I hope y'all got some sketching ideas and things to play with. Some ideas today. I want myself, I just want to keep blending and playing and blending, but, you know. All right, let me get out some white paint, a liner brush. Let's see. If I can dig out a liner brush here. Might be in this jar. Thicker one there. I want the thin one. What do I do with my thin liner? Don't think it's in here either. It's got a brown handle. It's pretty easy to spot. That must be in this one. Ah. All right. All right, let me get some white paint. Oh, thank you. Well, let's put some detail on him now before we have to go. I'm going to pull out a lot. Thin, 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 thin. All right, so let's just start at the top here. And he's got these, they're like thin, 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 thin striations coming through. They come right over the top. I'm just going to indicate some here. It's kind of like where the water is coming over his shell. And so I probably will maybe even put some, what do you call it, like mist, not mist, but foggy water maybe coming over him. We'll see. It's kind of like, it's a combination of he's underwater and he's got these like shapes in his shell. So can't kind of distinguish which is which. So we'll do a little of both. And each one of these little shell bits, you know, are little hexagons, octagons. I mean, they're all, some of them look, some 5-sided, some look 6-sided. Anyway, they're different on each one. So I'm just going to indicate a few and then maybe put them in a little bit of a fog. I don't know, like he's underwater. Let's see. Let me grab a baby wipe. And we'll do a little bit of that. Brighten up certain areas. Okay, like, let's see, get a softer brush here. Put some foggy areas on there with the baby wipe in a second. Kind of make it look a little more. So anyway, guys, I hope y'all get some inspiration. Like I said, put a little bit of foggy. It's a little on the dark side on that side. Maybe just a little bit more the teal color in there with the white. Okay. I mean, we can make him like he's in some, you know, watery areas coming in there. Coming across, a little bit across his body. I don't want it too much, you know. But we can make it like he's a little bit in some water. Let's see, where's another soft brush? Here we go. I mean, you know, the water can be cracking out around him too, but I have other animals on here. I want to make sure and not cover them up, the other turtles that we have to work on. Let me dry this and add a couple more detail. Put a shadow under him. That would be good. Maybe we'll paint a shadow under him. Alright, oops, sorry guys, bumped the camera there. Alright, let's see what, maybe a darker teal, just a little, maybe just or maybe a deeper midnight blue color here. I'll mix a little bit of that in with the leftover teal. Let's see if we can just paint him like he's in the water. Let's mix those colors together. Give it kind of a gray blue. And let's put a shadow under him. Let's see. Paint's a little dry. I don't want to go over this turtle. I got a turtle head right there. I don't want to go over that turtle head. Okay, so running out of room and running out of paint over here. Okay, I'm going to stop because my paper's getting really wet too. But I think you get the idea. Let's see. Whoops. Got white on there. Let's pick up what's left of this blue. Kind of shadow it in there like he's got a reflection in the water. Alright guys, I guess other than maybe some water kind of coming across, let's see, coming across the, here, you know, right across him, here and here, just to kind of indicate that that's under the water. I gotta let that dry because I'm smearing the blue now, so I gotta let that dry first. But when that dries, I'll put a few indications of him going through the water. And there we go. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Thanks, guys. Alrighty, well, I'll put a few more touches on and maybe post a picture of them after a while. Like I said, gotta get this dry, add a little bit more water, kind of whooshing across him. All right, guys. Well, thanks for being here. And we'll see you later. Bye.